be the implications of INF withdrawal for Asia?
More interesting, as if the European questions weren't interesting enough. First of all, you're going to base them whatever you've got, and I don't think there'll be many initially. People are talking about taking a sea launch cruise missile and putting on a ground launcher. Maybe that's what we do. The numbers would not be really that large because we can make those things, let's say, in hundreds at most. I mean, this is not a really big number. But they would be based presumably in our base at Guam, maybe the Marianas. Well, I've got that all lost up. Marianas, thank you. It takes a village to come up with the right word here. But then after that, do we deploy them in Japan? Maybe we do to keep the Japanese from thinking they have to make long-range missiles. They'll be ours. In the case of South Korea, they have long-range missiles. Do they want us to deploy any of ours, or would they prefer to be seen as sort of a proxy for the U.S.? And then there's the question of Taiwan. Oh my, you want to get up the nose of the Chinese. That would do it. So we're going to have to think about that, and our allies are going to have to think about what they want to do. So all that comes into play. And of course, we don't know what the Chinese will do in each instance. Presumably, if we deploy them on Guam and on our own territories, that's one thing. If we deploy them in Japan, we could perhaps argue, well, better us than having them do it, surely. The question of Korea comes up. Taiwan, that you've got to believe will be more excitement than any of the other things I've mentioned. Given that the Chinese got very excited about the deployment of defensive missiles in South Korea, I can well imagine there'll be more than a mild amount of excitement about anything deployed in the region, much less anything deployed in South Korea, Japan, or Taiwan. So all of that is in play.